Hello and welcome to Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today I am making a fun soap. I'm calling it Planet Earth because I found some pictures online that were just beautiful of kind of a bird's eye view from space to Earth. And it's gorgeous, it's majestic, it's amazing. I think it's amazing that we can get pictures like that. So anyway, these pictures just sort of made me think, because I make a lunar sky or a midnight moon, I make a moon soap. I'm like, well, let's flip it and go on the moon and take an Earth soap picture. So that's what I'm trying to do today. I'm going to be using my PVC molds to make my little Earth embeds with some colors here. Let me show you the colors that I'm going to use for my Earth. So we know the majority of the Earth is covered with water, so blue is going to be my main color, and so I'm going to be using a combination of this ultramarine blue pigment from Brambleberry and a little swirl with this Proud Peacock. That'll be my blue colors, and then the next main color, as you're looking at the Earth from space, is green for the land mass. So I got this sample of matte woodland green from Wholesale Supply Plus, so I'll be using that, and I'm just going to bump the green up a little bit with Green Vibrance from Nurture. So that's my green portion, and then I'm going to do a little bit of titanium dioxide for wispy, like ocean froth and clouds. So I mean, it's going to be an in the pot swirl. It's not going to be real specific in my column molds, but that's my attempt. Let's see how they come out. So first I'm going to be pouring my little Earth embeds today, and then we'll come back the next day and do an activated charcoal for the base that the Earth is going to float in, like in space. So that's sort of what I'm going for. For the fragrance, I'm going to be using, I wanted an earthy, musky scent, and I got this essence of Nightshade. Sorry, I don't have my reading glasses on, so I'm really challenged when I try to read here. But Wholesale Supply Plus, Crafter's Choice, and this is really nice. It's got like musky, patchouli, woodsy. So for me, it's like an earthy scent, which is what I wanted. So for my Planet Earth bars, so that's our fragrance. I'm going to be using aloe vera for the liquid portion and mulberry top silk for the silk in there. So that's it. We're going to get everything pulled together. I'll get my hair pulled back and let's make our embeds today, and then we'll come back and wrap it up with the space that surrounds the Earth. So I'm all ready to get going with my planet pour here. I've got my oils all ready to go with the additives, which is kaolin clay, organic colloidal oats, coconut milk powder, and that's what's in here. Here's my aloe vera lye solution, which has cane sugar, mulberry silk, and what am I thinking? Sodium lactate. That's what's going on in here. So I've got those ready. I have my little column molds here with my handy dandy base that I do. So I take some melt and pour and just pour the thinnest layer, maybe 1/8 of an inch, and then I put my mold down in there and it seals it off, and it makes a great seal, so I have no seepage or leaking on my little molds. And these are 2-inch PVC, and they're lined with just a flexible cutting board. I get them in a multi-pack. I'll leave a link below. Super inexpensive, and you just cut them to size. So these are the fancy molds for our planets, Planet Earth. And we'll get everything going. Have my colors all ready to go. So I'm just going to do an in the pot swirl with all this when it's all said and done, and pour them in here. So it's, you know, it's going to be a loose rendition of Planet Earth, but I'm hoping with the colors the theme will come across. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hand stir this. I don't have my fragrance in here yet, but I want things to kind of move along at a reasonable rate, and I don't want to take any chances here. So I'm going to hand stir this, and then we'll go ahead and stick blend our individual colors once we get poured off. So I'm just going for emulsion here. And emulsion just means that all of the lye solution has come into contact with all of the oil molecules, and they've bonded together. So you don't have any separation. You don't want oil pockets or lye pockets in your soap. That's really not good. It's not pretty and it's not good. So that's what emulsion is. You're just binding the molecules together. And it's really pretty easy to get there. Now I'm not going to get to trace hand stirring, but you can get to emulsion pretty easily like this. I've had a few people ask me about hand stirring and how does it work, and this isn't what I'm doing to get to trace. This is just getting everything blended really well. And it looks like I've got it going here. So let me see. Got my colors. This is going to be the green color. I want the most of it's going to be blue because we do live on a primarily blue planet. This little one here is going to be an accent blue. And then a little bit for white, which will signify the clouds and the frothy on the ocean. So let's see, I hope that's not too much white. Let me add a little more back here. There we go. I just want wispy white. All right, so got my big bucket of blue. Let me pull out my mixer here. It's all in my mind. So, okay, let's do the blues first. I'm gonna use my beautiful Proud Peacock as an accent blue. And this is just gorgeous. This ultramarine blue from Brambleberry is gonna be the base ocean blue. So got those in. Now, here's my greens. I have my little sample pack here of matte woodland green from Crafter's Choice, which is Wholesale Supply Plus, but it's not a lot of color, so I'm going to add a little bit of Green Vibrance from Nurture, just to make sure I get a nice green. I don't want the green going weird on me. So we'll call that good. And then I have my bottle of pre-mixed titanium dioxide that I'm just going to squeeze in here for my white fluffy clouds. Not a lot, because this, again, maybe I'll do a little more, does discolor, this fragrance discolors, but with all that we have going on here, that shouldn't be an issue. Here is my wonderful fragrance, which smells really, really nice. I tend to like a more masculine scent, and this is right, oh golly, right up my alley. Okay, that was totally not meant to happen. So let's see if I can scoop this up. I don't want to waste all that fragrance. Golly, people, look at making a mess. There we go. I think I got most of it. All right, hey, it smells really good in here. How about that? Okay, so we got the fragrance split. We have everything in here. Time to jump in with my stick blender. So I'm going to go lightest to darkest, which of course the white would be lightest. All right, time to get these out of the mold. So we'll pull off our little melt and pour base there and see how that goes. I really hope the colors in here are distinct enough to stand out and kind of get across what we're going for. So I've got my oils all ready here with my additives, which were the same as I put in my little earths, which is kale and clay, organic colloidal oats, and coconut milk powder. That's what's in here. And now I'm going to add my activated charcoal into my oils. Right now, get it blended in and let it kind of sit and absorb. So I'm going to put a good amount in. So this is going to be about a tablespoon. Those are 2 really heaping teaspoons. I'll blend this in and see how I like the color. I am actually going to add in a teaspoon of this black pearl just because it has a little shimmer, and I don't know, I just wanted to add a little something else in here also. So we'll put that in there and see what that does for it. So I've got my aloe vera lye solution ready to go, which has a mulberry silk in it, sodium lactate, and cane sugar. And the sugar helps the bubbles. So that's what's going on in here. My charcoal and my, black pearl mica are in here, and the fragrance is already in here. Since this is just a one-stop shop here, we're just gonna put in the lye, get it up to trace, and get pouring. So I'm not worried about doing swirls or anything, so pretty straight up. But I do need a nice medium trace so it'll suspend our little earth embeds in there. So I want to get it to, a good trace. I'm just going to do a swoop top, but I wanted a little something up there, and so I took some big chunky salt. Oh my, you can't really see it. And I put some shimmer white mica on it. I want it to be kind of like stars, and I was thinking of salt of the earth and, earth sort of things. All right, I think we're ready to go. Here's my very messy globe. Earth. There we go. So it's the next day. These are the leftover flowers that not leftover, but these are the flowers I made from the extra batter from pouring the embeds, and I'm loving the colors that came out in these, so it gives me hope for what's going on inside these soaps. So this is how I had them go. I have been having a few issues with steric spots on some of my soaps, and it's because they get really hot in the mold. Well, I actually wanted that for these. I'm hoping I got some because they kind of look like stars in charcoal. So we'll see. If not, it's a really pretty color, but yeah, let's get into these and see how it came out. So I had thought about putting these through the log splitter and making them tall skinny, but they actually came out kind of shallow. So I'm going to keep these as a standard size bar today. So let me cut off the end piece for my little sample bar. Well, let's see how we do in here. Ooh, cool. Oh, and I did, look, I got some of the little steric spots. Pretty thrilled about that. All right, let me tighten the string up here. All right, let's get into these and see. And I'm cutting them with the salt side down so that I don't get drag marks coming through. Turn my scale on so I can measure my bars. And there we go. I'm seeing a lot of green, but that's just what you get with a pour, but I'm pretty tickled. And those kind of do look like stars. So those are little steric spots, if you can see them. Oh, I'm pretty happy.